Woe to you, O earth and sea.
It's the Hop Nation
USA Podcast. It's episode 132 of the Hop Nation USA Podcast, and I'm here with my host Adam,
It's true.
and I'm here with my guest host Kelsey,
Hello.
and I'm Steve.
Hi, Steve.
Hello, everybody.
How's it going?
Yeah, it's fine.
Good.
How's everybody here?
Doing well. About to drink some beers, so
Yes.
I'm calling it a good thing.
For sure. So we are marching well into the cold winter months.
Sadly.
No, good.
Stout weather.
I mean, as a girl who loves her stouts, I understand it's stout weather, and really,
Yeah.
I get it, but I'm just not ready yet. Not for the weather.
Well,
the
that-
stouts I'm ready for all the time.
Oh.
Just the weather.
Well, I was going to say you don't have to worry about being ready for stouts because we're not doing stouts this week.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
We're not.
We're doing smoked beers, specifically Rauch beers.
Ooh.
Specifically, all the beers are coming from the Schlenkerla out of Bamberg, Germany.
Bamberg, Germany.
Bamberg, Germany. Yeah.
Okay.
Ja. Ja. So, yes, we'll be drinking 3 smoked beers from them. They will be different.
Okay. How so?
Well, because they all have a different style, but they're all smoked, sort of, except for the first one.
Oh, okay.
Smoked,
Yes.
sort of. Okay.
Yes. The first one is the only one that's actually not technically smoked, but it's smoked by proxy. What we're drinking first is the Helles Schlenkerla Lagerbier. It is an unfiltered product of Bamberg, Germany. This one isn't smoked. However, it goes into the same pots and kettles, so it grabs a little bit of that smoke flavor
Oh, okay.
without having the malt actually smoked.
It's secondhand smoked.
Right. And we'll get in more into what actually makes a smoked or a Rauch beer in the second segment.
Good.
Great.
Because I'm not entirely sure.
Okay.
Neither am I. I'm ready to learn.
Yes.
Don't worry, I've got a bit on the history of Schlenkerla as well as, what is Rauch
Right on.
beer and smoked beer.
I am all about that educational
Yes.
time.
It should also be noted that pretty much everything from there is going to be a lager as well.
Makes sense.
Traditional Germany.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
This beer comes in at 4.3% alcohol.
Oh, this is a light guy.
Yes, it's a tiny little light boy, and we're also going to be moving up in that scale throughout the night.
Oh, okay.
This one's a tiny little one, though, and like I said, it's going to be light on the ABV, light on the smoke flavor,
We'll ease into it.
and hopefully not destroy our palates through the
Right.
night. So, looking at the beer, it looks like a Helles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks very similar to the Sly Fox Helles that we had not on the show.
Right.
We were just
after
there
the
when we were
show.
drinking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks very similar to that, but that looks like this, and this is kind of has that nice golden color to it.
Got a big head on it.
Yeah, great big head on it. It is very, very hazy.
Very.
But yeah, nice, golden straw color.
Ooh.
It's got some nose to it, that's for sure.
Definitely strong on the nose.
Yeah, on the nose, it does not smell like a Helles. It
No.
smells smoky.
It does.
Shall we?
Mm-hmm.
We shall.
We shall. There is a little bit of smoke there.
Right.
Like you said, it picks up the hints.
Yeah, it's made in the same copper kettles, but it's not as harsh. You still get like a little bit of that freshness from a Helles that you get.
But you definitely are able to get some of that smoked meat kind of flavor.
Yeah. The beef jerky-ish.
Yeah.
Without minus the beef.
Just jerky.
Yeah, you don't want to say beef jerky. A beer tastes like beef jerky, and then
Yeah, that makes me not want to drink it.
right. It'll attract some people.
Yeah.
That is true.
Although I do love beef jerky,
Yeah.
so maybe I'll try it.
But yeah, there's no way this beer wouldn't go well with just barbecue
Yeah.
I want a nice smoked sausage with this.
Oh, there you go.
sausage.
Some brat.
I think this would go really well with smoked turkey.
Yeah.
Because this is lighter.
I think
Yeah.
this beer would play well in Wisconsin.
Okay. yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
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 They like their smoked meats and cheeses up there.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
would go really well.
Cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Like
a
a-
nice cheddar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a solid cheddar.
Yeah. Yeah.
You could
smoky
almost
cheddar.
use this beer in place of a sparkling cider or sparkling wine. Like if you're on a picnic and you have like a nice little cheese board and some charcuteries going.
Charcuterie and Rauch beers. That's a good combination.
Yeah.
I'd almost say don't replace the cider though.
Yeah. Keep the cider maybe?
Still keep a little cider so you can cleanse your palate with your dessert.
Yeah.
Get a little
That's
sweetness.
a great idea. Steve, look at that. That's a great idea.
He's chock full of them.
I know.
Yeah. As a person who eats a lot.
Oh, now I want cheese. Do you have any cheddar?
I can get you some shredded sharp cheddar. It's not smoked and it's not fancy.
Not fancy.
It's not a fancy house here. I'm sorry. It's great value.
I'm going to pass.
I don't blame you.
I'm going to pass.
I bought it to make Cheddar Bay biscuits.
You made Cheddar Bay biscuits?
Yeah, you don't?
I'm just impressed.
Did you make them with the box recipe?
I did use the kit, but now that I kind of know what goes in there, I'm pretty sure next time I'm just going to do it the old-fashioned way.
Okay.
Full recipe.
Hey, Steve, did you know Adam was making Cheddar Bay biscuits? Like, did he offer you any?
No.
Yeah. I feel like something's
I'm not
missing
upset
here.
by that. The number of things I make without telling people is
Also
off the charts.
I'm
Yeah.
on the same page, but
Yeah.
Next time I make some Cheddar Bay biscuits, Kelsey, I will let you know.
I expect it. I'll come exchange with you. We can meet halfway.
Shit, I was a gross little piggy earlier in the week. I had a Marie Callender like microwave bowl that's mac and cheese and pulled pork. But then I also made some onion rings and threw that on top.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm into that.
Yeah.
I'm into
Good
that.
thing.
That sounds like a college Tuesday.
Yeah, it really was. But it was, it was my regular Tuesday. I was just like, lunch break.
Lunch break.
Yeah.
What do I have?
This is what's happening today.
Lunch break. Time to be gross.
And speaking of things that are happening today, it's time for our third favorite segment,
News.
Note.
And neat.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
How very timed well of you guys.
We didn't even practice beforehand.
So, I've got a bunch of news notes and needs.
Yeah, you do. You got pages.
Wow.
Well, that's different. That was my other notes.
Oh.
But these are my notes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah. So, do you want to start with local stuff or
Let's go local and work our way out.
okay?
Because I have nothing local.
Okay.
I have nothing in general.
Kelsey, you're just here to drink the beer.
You caught me tonight. I'm just here for the beer
I don't blame you. I
And
don't
the
blame you one
company.
bit. Aw.
and the learning and the podcasting,
Okay.
But not the news.
but not the news or a note or the neat.
That's. I don't blame you.
All right. Well, let's start with a local then.
Okay. I like local.
Our buddy Dennis, you've met.
Many times.
Many.
Yes. Dennis from First Sip Brew Box has partnered with Couch Brewery. We have also met.
Yes. Yes, we
And
have.
Burgers Brewing.
Who will probably will meet.
Maybe. Well, I've drank their beer at beer fests.
Right.
So I can't promise people are going to be on the show. I don't know how long this is going to be around for.
Forever.
Plus, we've got 800 different damn breweries opening up every week.
I know. We can't keep up, people. Slow down.
Dial it back a little bit, would you? Jesus. But anyway, those three are coming together to debut a veterans-themed beer
Yes.
for
Nice.
Veterans Day,
Nice.
Which, of course, is coming up next week because you listen to this show on Friday,
as you should.
as you should.
And the beer will be on tap at Couch, as well as both Burgers locations in Zelienople and Lawrenceville.
Nice.
And I believe they were looking to get this beer on tap at a few VFWs as well.
Yeah, it's another thing they're shooting for. They're also shooting to be able to donate $2,000 to the Veteran Leadership Program through sales of the beer. So, yeah.
And I must give an additional quick shout out. Dennis was on TV.
Yes, Dennis was on TV.
He was?
Not our TV, too.
No, he was on like actual TV.
Oh.
Yes.
Nah, I don't know that that's actual TV.
Wait, was it like the KDKA like third hour type thing that like
The-
Pittsburgh Today?
Actually, that's exactly
Pittsburgh
what it was.
Today.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm counting it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it still counts.
counting.
Yeah, I just
It's
don't think
legit.
it's that much better TV than the TV show that we had him on, Jens Bruin.
The award-winning
Yeah.
TV show.
Exactly.
I don't know if KDK has gotten awards on that. But
Yeah.
we have.
Does Pittsburgh today have the awards? I don't know, but I'm just saying they're not that much better than us. They're still local market TV.
True, this is true. But it's still awesome that those guys and gals got on.
Yes.
We're on, recognized.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's very awesome that they're getting much more local recognition far beyond our little audience that we put
bubble.
together. Yes, our bubble that we put together. But yeah,
Nice.
yeah. So that was Bob Batts was writing about that in the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, and Bob Batts was also writing about Wal-Mart.
Yeah, I
Yes.
saw that.
Yes, this is our slow local creep out. So that's very, very local to us. Go get the Spirit Decor, buy Couch Burgers and First Sip. But right now, if you live in Uniontown, you can go get beer at a Walmart.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
How did I miss this?
It's a very secret, slow rollout.
Okay.
Because
So-
it's in Uniontown.
Yeah.
Well, true.
Which I have been to that Walmart, though.
Really?
Also been to that Walmart.
Who knew I would be the odd man out when it came to Uniontown Walmart?
Not even I did. I've only been to that Walmart because I used to work for a delivery company, and I drove past it one day, and I needed lunch at that exact time. Yes, but Walmart has debuted their first of like restaurant location. They got restaurant licenses is what they are getting.
Are they doing the same basic thing as like Get Go and Sheets, where it's like together but separate,
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
so that they can sell beer, quote unquote, to the restaurant?
Right. It's kind of well, I'd say it's more like a Giant Eagle, where like there's a restaurant area.
The cafe.
Right. But you
Gotcha.
can still take out 192 ounces. It is going to be basically in those areas that would usually hold McDonald's and Subways.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah.
Not unlike the Giant Eagle in Aliquippa that has the wine and spirits,
Right.
but just with beer and a cafe.
Right. Although that Giant Eagle in Aliquippa does have the wine and spirits, but it also has beer. But the beer is just regular shopping
Yeah, it's,
because they have a cafe as well.
it's weird. Pennsylvania makes everything difficult.
Yes, it does.
Gotta love the Commonwealth.
That's right.
So that's one location you can buy beer at that you couldn't before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's pretty awesome that Uniontown is getting that.
I guess.
Hey, everybody needs a win.
I don't want to call it awesome because I've been to a Walmart that sells beer, and in West Virginia, and there's really not much beyond the AB InBev brands.
Nope.
So it's not really that awesome that Walmart's selling beer.
I like to think that Uniontown is going to rise above. They're not. I know they're not, but a man can dream.
Just
Yeah.
waiting for when Walmart or Target can sell liquor and
Well,
wine.
I believe you'll be able to get wine as well
Oh, okay.
at Walmart, and there are some Targets in PA,
Oh.
Really?
just not in our area.
The
Yeah.
figures.
Yeah, it's just not in our area.
all right.
There, I believe earlier this year, a Target opened up some alcohol.
Okay.
Yeah. Another location though, a little further past Uniontown, all the way to Penn State, the Nittany Minute Mart is opening up, and
Okay.
they're selling craft beer and wine and alcoholic slushies
Nice.
Ooh.
because that's exactly what State College students needed was another place to buy alcohol.
Right.
Yeah, and alcoholic slushies.
Yeah, it's a little place on the corner of Atherton and College, and it got renovated, and now it's reopening to be able to sell alcohol.
Now it's nice.
What a horrible location that's in.
Yeah. They'll never get any
Yeah.
traffic through
I
there.
know, right? Kidding me? Awful.
Terrible.
Yeah.
I feel bad for the sucker that has to manage that place.
You know,
He's gonna be
I don't-
bored out of his mind.
I don't know how much this is really worth doing in that area. You know what I mean? Like, we're always talking about differentiating yourself. I feel like if you open up something there, it shouldn't be alcohol. You should try to get an oxygen bar and sell B12 shots.
You know what you need? An infusion bar.
Okay.
So it's specialized bougie IVs.
Okay.
So you can get a hangover IV, you can get a wellness IV, an immunity IV, you can add all these vitamins and whatever into it, and you just kind of hang out there and get like rehydrated through this IV bag. So yes, we need an infusion bar.
Yeah, something healthy, because there is so much damn alcohol up and down Beaver in College.
Maybe like a juice and smoothie bar too.
I think there's enough of those, but
All right.
I'm just thought, but I like your idea of the IV. You know, just something to be extra healthy.
When everybody zigs, you zag.
Yeah, because I feel like the only thing that they're differentiating now is the alcoholic slushies.
But
So I guess you could take that on the street and as you're on your way down to the saloon, or
I get your rotor.
right? Yeah, I almost said Rathskeller, but that's closed.
That's gone.
Yeah.
Say it.
I'm old Penn State.
Well, Steve, since you are sad, I will bring you a little bit of good news. Would you like to hear about it?
Yeah.
A brewery in North Dakota, the Fargo Brewing Company, is doing something good for two things that I know everybody at this table loves: beer and dogs.
Oh, puppers.
Yes. No, not puppers. That's Canadian.
Yeah.
Dogs.
Dogs.
Doggos.
Doggos.
So the Fargo Brewing Company, what they're doing is they are putting dogs that are up for adoption, that have had a little bit of trouble getting adopted, on their cans, and spreading the word about these dogs being available for adoption. It's just another way for them to get those dogs exposure.
So you don't get a dog if you buy so many beers then.
No, it's not. It's not like a punch card.
I'm pretty sure if you drink enough of the beers, though, you'll wind up going to get a dog.
Yes.
I want this one. Can you just take the can into the
Right,
shelter
yeah.
and be like, I want this one?
Yeah, that's how they make it easy. This one, please.
Do they have like backstories about the dogs on the cans?
So it
Like-
doesn't
like a little dating
say.
profile.
But what they did do was they had a can release, and they had up to, I think it was 35 cases worth of beer for each animal, and they had release parties, and they would bring one of the animals to the brewery so that potential adopters could, interact with the dog and see what the dog was about.
What was the beer all one style?
It was all one style.
Okay.
Yes, it was all one beer, but it was canned with different animals on the label. The animals are a bit harder to place. They tend to be animals that are prefer a one animal home, so no cats, no additional dogs, things like that. So
The ones that bite?
not necessarily bite. They're just they're homebodies, and they don't want to be bothered.
Okay.
Pesky,
Bunch of old dogs.
Yeah, pesky turtles.
I don't know. I'd keep a pesky turtle.
Cuff and Link. So that's nice that they're helping dogs
Okay.
Guys,
get to their forever home.
I'm moving to North Dakota.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy a giant farm. I'm going to get all of these dogs.
Get all the dogs.
I don't think you have to do all that. You can just buy a farm in our area and get a bunch of dogs. There's
Buy
plenty
a
of dogs
farm?
to adopt around here.
I'm going to buy a farm here, and I'm going to adopt all the dogs and
Okay.
all the
Okay.
cats, and I'm getting an alpaca.
So when you do that, you should talk
All
to
right.
For Love of Dog Rescue.
Okay.
They are the rescue group that got together with Fargo Brewing Company to get these dogs on the can, on the front page, in front of the masses,
Fresh.
so they could get to where they need to go.
Well, good for them. Hopefully
That's so
those dogs
exciting.
get homes.
Cozy home with scratches
And then they
snacks.
can release more cans for cats. And then they'll
Yes.
do cans for
Rabbits. There are a lot of rabbits, at least around here.
Around here because people breed them all the time.
Yeah.
They don't breed too many around here. But-
Cats would be great.
Yeah.
Admittedly, I wouldn't be surprised if one or two of those cats just sort of ended up in the brewery. Brew cats?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Brewery cats is good cats.
Yeah.
Or a brewery dog, maybe.
Brewery dog ain't, I mean, they're fine, but the point of a brewery cat is just keep the mice out your mouth.
That's true.
Yeah.
Dogs don't really do that. They just bark at shit and then lay down. They don't kill. They don't murder the way cats do. Yeah.
Okay.
It's that 1,000 years of tiger DNA.
Cats are built to murder.
I believe that.
They do it for fun.
They do.
Then they carry it around in their mouth and they meow and then they drop it at your feet and they're like, look what I brought you.
They are prideful.
You should be thanking me right
Yeah.
now.
Yes.
You
Look what
look-
I did.
You looked hungry. Here, I brought you food.
This is one of 15. So, back to bad news.
Should have waited longer.
Yeah, well, yeah, you should have, because actually we're coming back a little closer, too.
Okay.
Yeah. A recall on the nitro cans
I didn't hear about this
Southern
one.
Tier.
Oh.
Both the pumpkin and the chocolate milkshake.
Oh.
Some of them are bombs.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, so you got to send them back.
Oh, because I definitely got some in the fridge right now.
I feel like if they're in the fridge, you might be okay.
Okay.
I'm not telling you this as a scientist or anything.
Right.
If you want to take part in the recall, you can.
Right. You're not a nitroologist.
Right. I'm not a nitrologist, but I'm pretty sure if they're cold, it should be better because you're compressing the gas even more from it being cold. Most of the explosion stories I read, they were unrefrigerated.
Basement beers.
Yeah.
I believe Sam has had that problem in the past.
But not with nitro.
Not with nitro, but he has had exploding cans in his basement in the past.
Yeah. I think it's just general good practice, like fruited beers that need to be chilled. Nitro beers should also always be chilled, but there might be some problems with these Southern Tier cans that are also blowing up. So, just send it back if you're that scared.
Do you send them back to where you bought them, say like the grocery store, or?
Well, yeah. I don't know how far the recall is rolled out yet, but it started with Wegmans.
Okay.
So Wegmans put out the recall, and you could just return it to Wegmans. I believe if you just feel like it, you can just return it to wherever you got it from. They'll send it back to the distro.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
That's a good public service announcement.
Yeah, that's public service, and it also isn't going to stop me from buying the Nitro Creme Brulee, which just came out.
Ooh.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's not going to stop me.
About to have yourself a day.
We didn't have problems with the s'mores, so I don't give a shit. I'm still getting that creme brulee.
That s'mores was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also not going to blame Southern Tier. I'm going to blame that cheap Chinese aluminum.
Yeah. Thanks, Trump.
Goddamn China. Goddamn China. I only bring that up because the next story is about goddamn China as well.
Oh, so now we're going international.
Yeah.
all right.
Now we're still PA and international. You'll
Okay.
see.
All right.
The American Keg Company of Pottstown, PA.
I've seen them on the PCN.
Yes, they are the only U.S. company still making steel kegs.
Oh.
Yes. They have filed complaints against China and Mexico and Germany because they've accused them of dumping their kegs into American territory. And what that means is that, especially for China, is the Chinese government subsidized the making of kegs.
So they could kind of get in on that market.
So they made it cheaper. And then motherfucking AB InBev.
No.
Pretty much all kegs AB InBev gets are Chinese. So,
Ugh.
yeah.
Just another reason.
Yeah, they're all just
Add it
cheap
to the
Chinese
list.
steel. The American Keg Company said, hey, this isn't good. They're hurting American business, as we are the only one. The government listened. The International Trade Commission, they looked into it, and they looked at the complaints, and they said, yeah, you're pretty right about this.
Huh.
I don't know how much that is just because Trump has already been imposing taxes and tariffs on Chinese stuff already.
Right. Just kind of lump that in there. Throw it on the pile.
Right. There's a possibility that they're going to impose penalties between 16% and 145%.
That's brisk.
On the goddamn Chinese kegs.
Honestly, the biggest thing for me out of this story is that there's only one keg maker in America.
Yeah.
I'm very surprised at that.
Yeah, and it's only like 35 employees at the company.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's the other thing is they just really can't support like huge accounts. The other thing about that is that most craft breweries aren't interested in just buying kegs, and this company doesn't offer kind of a recycling and reuse lease program.
Kind of like your propane tank on your
Right.
on your barbecue.
Yeah, a lot of smaller craft breweries kind of go on a lease basis because some weeks, some months they need a lot of kegs, some months they don't. And if they don't need the kegs, they send them back so they can be repurposed. American Keg, you just got to buy from them.
Oh.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not great that way.
What I'm hearing is I need to invest in American Keg and tell them we're going to get into this leasing program.
Yeah, get your shit together.
Yeah.
Stop letting the Chinese come in.
That's right, taking all this Hop Nation money,
Yeah, Chinese taking all
putting
the
it
money.
in the keg game.
Yeah.
Putting all that shitty metal over here from China. Blowing up everywhere.
I feel that we need to stop this story because otherwise Steve's going to go on a tangent.
No, not really. I just like saying shitty China.
Just through gritted teeth.
Yeah, damn China. Not in my America.
Oh, no.
Here we go.
I want to be very perfectly clear that I was very anti-Chinese way before Trump was, too. I've been anti-Chinese government for a long time.
Congratulations. You just got on a watch list.
I don't care. They're a human rights nightmare, and they can
No,
go
they are.
suck my dick.
Oh, gosh.
They're also the only one of the only countries we don't have any listens in, so... Again, suck my dick. You're not supporting us at all.
Well, there's probably a reason that we don't have any
Right.
listeners over there.
Well, not anymore.
Why?
Because you're on another list.
Look, free Tibet, free Taiwan, and free Hong Kong. China can suck my dick.
Great.
And that's news, notes, and neat for the week. How did everybody enjoy this Hellas Lagerbier from
Yes,
Schlenkerla?
Back to the beer.
I'm glad your blinding patriotism is quenched by this
I wouldn't
German
even call
beer.
it that. I wouldn't even call it that. It's just anti-communism, anti-Chinese sentiment. Don't trust China. China is asshole.
That's nice.
So this beer.
Yes. It's a good beer.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a smoke on it.
A little bit of smoke flavor, but it's still got a freshness of
Yeah.
like a Hellas.
Yeah, I don't think that I would drink a 6-pack of this in one sitting,
No, probably
No.
not.
but I think this would be a good beer as a switch up if you're drinking like a lot of sours.
Okay.
I think this would be a good, 180.
All right.
Just to kind of flip flop your tongue a little bit.
I can
Sure.
see that.
Sure.
That's where I would employ this bad boy.
I would say
If you're tying one on, I should say.
if you're tying one on. Yeah, I would agree with that. But moreover, I think it's more of just like it's a picnic beer or it's a barbecue beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I would be interested in seeing how well this pairs with watermelon.
Oh,
Mostly because I like this beer and I really like watermelon.
Okay.
all right. I could see that. Like
Yeah.
the freshness, and this is bringing a little something more than like a normal lager would be,
Right.
or a normal Hellas style beer.
And sometimes people grill watermelon, so
Yeah.
who knows? Who knows
You're
what
having a
works.
2-ingredient
Ooh.
cookout.
Like
Yeah.
you could do like a grilled watermelon or like a grilled halloumi cheese. Yeah.
These are all things to put in your thought banks, people.
Yes.
Write this
Yes.
down. I'm not doing it for you.
And this has been Cooking with Kelsey.
Yeah.
Yes. It's what I bring to the show. It's my segment.
All right. Well, I think we're all in agreement this one's pretty good.
Yeah.
So we're going to move on to the next one.
But not
means-
right now.
Yeah. That means take a break first.
We'll be back. First Sip Brew Box is a one-of-a-kind subscription service for craft beer lovers based right here in Pittsburgh. Every month, First Sip will send you a box full of craft beer enthusiast essentials, including t-shirts, glassware, and even food. Right now, our friends at First Sip Brew Box have an offer for you. Just sign up for a 3-month subscription and get your 4th month free. Just enter the code HOPUSA when you sign up at firstsipbrewbox.com. That's HOPUSA at checkout to get your 4th month free at firstsipbrewbox.com.
Welcome back to episode 132 of the Hop Nation USA podcast. I'm still here with Adam and Kelsey, who's hitting the mic.
I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
That was too late. You can't undo it, and I refuse to go back.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. It was a gentle nudge.
Everybody heard you.
Just hang my head in shame. I'll put myself in timeout.
Okay. Well, while you're in timeout, we'll enjoy our second beer.
What is it, Steve?
Well, it's still coming from the Schlenkerla brewery from Bamberg, Germany.
Yeah.
This is the Urbock.
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 Very familiar looking bottle.
It's a familiar looking bottle, but it's not quite what you're thinking. What you're thinking is of the Marzen,
Yeah,
but this is very similar to the Marzen, but bigger.
because it's the smoked version.
No, the Marzen is also smoked.
Ah, damn it.
This is smoked as well.
All right. All right, maybe I just don't know nothing.
No, you don't.
I'm just gonna stop talking.
What I'm hearing is German beer bottles.
What I'm hearing
similar.
is, shut up, Adam, and I'll explain it.
Yeah.
A little bit. So the Urbock is actually very similar in the Marzen style, but it is bigger in the fact that it is 6.5% alcohol. The Marzen, which is the one that most people are going to be familiar with from the Schlenkerla brewery, is only 5.1.
Okay.
Yeah. This one is also a little higher in the bitterness, but the information I was reading did not translate properly in my brain. It was written in English, but it's just like European bittering units. I don't know what that meant.
Oh.
So the Marzen is like 30 bittering units, and this one's 40. I don't know if that means IBUs or whatever.
Who knows?
Okay.
But yeah, just in general, the Urbock is bigger than the Marzen, but the label is very similar to what you see with the Marzen, with the giant red letters all in the old unreadable font.
Yeah.
And the fake wax seal on the label. You can point these out. You can not pronounce it.
Yeah, it's all visual cues.
Right. It's all visual cues with this one. It's still very distinctive. But we'll pop this one open, and then we'll get into the history of the brewery, as well as just Rauch beers in general.
All right. Pour that son bitch.
I pours it.
Steve, you have poured this magnificent-looking beer, and first thing I gotta tell you, it's a lot darker than the last one. This looks like it's almost getting into not quite porter territory, but it's sneaking up on it.
This is sitting on the Mason-Dixon line of porter and brown.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. A stiff breeze could push it either way.
Yeah. It is. Yeah, it is very dark. Like I said, this is more so than the Marzen. It's the upped version of the Marzen. The Marzen, if you haven't seen it, is dark itself.
Marzen Plus.
Yeah, it's dark itself because of the roasted malts. But yeah, this one is a bit darker as well. It actually looks like Coca-Cola.
That's
Now
actually
It does.
a very apt description.
Yeah.
Now I'm just looking at it. It's like it looks like Coca-Cola. Even the head has kind of the tan Coca-Cola. Yeah.
It doesn't smell like it, though.
No.
Oh, Lordy Moses.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Jeezy Pete's no.
Yeah.
That smells like bacon.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Which is one of the reasons why I love the Marzen. Because it smells like bacon and it tastes like bacon. And I can only assume the bigger version does as well.
It's super bacon.
Yes.
Wow.
Ooh.
That is surprisingly smooth.
Yeah, it's definitely. Yeah.
That's the first thing that jumped out at me was I was expecting, a bit of a not quite a burn on the back end, but no, there was nothing there.
Yeah.
And I mean that in a good way.
Right. Yeah, the nose is far more, I don't want to say harsh, but it's far more pungent.
Yes.
And flavorful than what you get on the taste. But the taste definitely still has a smokiness to it, but it's not, you're expecting to just bite into like bacon. But
Like it's almost like you have to fight it a little bit.
Yeah.
And there is no fight in the drinkability in this beer.
right. Yeah, you're expecting like almost something salty, at least for me.
Yeah.
I get that bacony taste in here.
Yeah,
And
it's there, yeah.
delicious.
And it's got a good level of maltiness to it too. So I don't know whatever the European bitterness unit is, but it doesn't come into play here.
40 is good for you?
I guess.
I'm pretty sure that's why I read. I didn't even like really write it down. It's just like,
That sounds right.
all right. But yeah, it has a nice smokiness. It has a nice, like, a little bit of a bacon back end almost. Smoky wood bacon back end.
I say, but if it was Canadian, it'd be back bacon.
Ah. Ha. I promised that we would learn in segment 2. Are we ready to learn?
Knowledge is power.
All right, then. Kelsey seems on board.
She's in.
The Schlenkerla Brewery dates all the way back to 1405.
Ooh.
It's a long ass time ago.
Yes, that's a bit much. It was originally a pub called the House of the Blue Lion. So it's the building that dates all the way back to that point.
Okay.
Okay.
It was opened by Fritz Urbock, and it was part of a Dominican monastery.
Dominican?
Yeah. It
Oh, okay.
right. That
no,
predates. Yeah. Yes,
not the
predates
Republic.
the island.
Yeah. All right.
Predates that.
I'm an idiot. Brain didn't catch up.
Shit in Europe is old.
My American brain just didn't. It didn't work.
We're babies.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Dominican
Tykes.
monastery. They had like a lot of rum and conga lines.
Yeah.
Was empanadas in Germany that early?
Wow. Who knew?
They were the fun nuns.
Fuck. It is. No way, Jose. That is not how it went.
9.
1678, it actually becomes a full-fledged brewery. They had like notes and things pointing to it being also a cooperage where they made barrels.
Mm-hmm.
So where there's barrels, there's breweries usually. Like, why would you make one without the other?
Right.
So one of the earliest owners was Johann Wolfgang Heller, and you can notice on the bottles it says the Brewery Heller Bamberg.
Yes.
So it's still on the trade books as the Heller Brawl Brewery.
Okay.
Yeah, but even though it's known as Schlenkerla. In 1866, Conrad Grazer takes over. And he is the first in the line of the 6 generations that have followed all the way to present-day ownership.
The current lineage.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So it dates all the way back to 1866. 1877, Andreas, his son, takes over the business. And this is when it first becomes gets the Schlenkerla moniker.
Okay.
And that's because Schlenkerla means to dangle in the Franconian German dialect.
To dangle.
Yes. Apparently, Andreas was a little bit handicapped,
Okay.
and he had kind of an awkward gait, and his like one of his hands dangled.
Ah.
Oh.
Okay.
So yeah,
That's kind of...
yeah.
All right.
But all the way back then,
I guess, yeah.
yeah, he just leaned into it.
All right. You're going to say this?
Yeah.
Sweet. Calling my brewery this.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's just what we'll be known as then,
Yeah.
I guess. So yeah, I don't know. People were tougher back.
Yes.
People were tougher back then. They took their handicaps and turned them into businesses.
Yeah.
1907, his son Michael takes over. And then 1943, after the passing of Michael, it actually transfers to Jacob Trum. And Trum is the man who married Michael's daughter, Elizabeth.
Okay. So
Yeah.
it takes a half step to the side.
Right. 67, it goes to his son, German. And in 2003, it goes to the current owner, Matthias.
Right on.
Yes. The brewery itself is obviously operating in a very old world style
Yes.
because they are still smoking beers in a very old style that you don't find anywhere else. I believe there's only one other brewery in Germany that still does it this way. But did you know this is actually the way all beer used to be made?
I actually did not know that.
Yeah. So we're not looking at an emergence of a style. What we're looking at is modern technology destroying the original taste of a beer.
The preservation of the old ways is strong.
Similar to how, like, bananas of today aren't related to bananas of the past whatsoever.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, very similar. So the way we get these smoked beers is because in that time back, pre-1800s, I would say, is everything had to be smoked on a open fire. If you know the basic all grain process, you get your malts, and then you have to soak them to get them to germinate, which is they start opening up. And then to stop the germination, you have to heat them up
Yes.
and dry them out. Apparently, Bamberg, Germany, and most other places in Europe, they're very similar to a very humid area.
Oh.
So it was hard to dry them out without fire. But they didn't have the technology to not use open fire. So all the malts wound up smoked.
Huh.
Yes.
That's really cool.
That is pretty cool.
But it was modern technology that took away the need for open flames and, smoke. And that's why, things just fell to the wayside. But this brewery continues on the oldest of traditions.
So do they smoke their own malts in-house?
Yeah. And they just decided to keep doing it that way.
And I appreciate that they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good ass beer.
Yeah. I mean, nowadays it separates them from everybody else. It's important to note that pretty much all the wood they use to smoke is beechwood.
Okay.
Yeah. Pretty much all. We'll see that's not the full case, but pretty much every beer is smoked on beechwood. And just recently, because this style is so different and specific, they were added to something called the Ark of Tastes.
What is the Ark of
Yeah.
Taste? I've never heard of that before.
Neither have I until today, until I learned about it. So the The Art of Taste is kind of it's an initiative to protect cultural tastes that are jeopardized
Okay.
because they're not necessarily popular, or they have production systems that aren't in line with current production systems.
Okay.
So it's a way of preserving things and not falling into homogenous
Yeah.
products, because it's not just beer. It's something it's an initiative that goes across the world. They call the companies and the growers and the farmers who are part of it passengers.
Okay.
Oh.
Passengers on the Ark of Taste.
Ah.
Okay.
There's 73 in Germany,
Okay.
and there's 5,000 across the world. One of the things in America that's part of the Ark of Taste is bison.
Whoa.
Okay, that actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the bison don't necessarily have the popularity as a meat, but every now and then you like a bison burger.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't feel like treating myself.
Yeah.
I love bison.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, they're part of that. I believe in Pennsylvania there's a specific Amish tomato.
Okay.
And they try to keep that tomato strain alive because they don't want things dying out into this homogenous, like everything that you get at Walmart.
Right.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
It's good to see that there's an organization that recognizes the specificity of craft throughout, food and culture and the way things had been done in order to preserve that. Like, yes, technology is, increasing and growing, but being able to hold on to the roots of something is, that's great.
Especially when it's something that you can't replicate with newer and newer technology.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's also just a pushback against convenience because it's way easier to go to Walmart and buy, the tomatoes that are just sitting out, but it's not as convenient to grow specific tomatoes in Pennsylvania and then or strawberries that are in New Jersey, but you got to keep those strains alive.
Yeah.
So,
Huh.
yeah, cool thing I learned about learning about this.
I wonder if those strawberries and those tomatoes send their seeds to that seed farm.
Was that Norway?
Yeah.
Or somewhere in Scandinavia. Yeah.
Pretty sure it's Norway. Yeah.
It's dark and
Yeah.
cold.
Yeah.
I wonder if they have seeds for those strains.
I hope so.
I would imagine.
Things I think about.
I would imagine, yeah. So, another interesting thing about the Schlenkerla brewery is that if you go to the actual brew pub, every beer that you get at the brew pub comes out of a wood barrel.
Oh, that's badass.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so it's a little bit of the the Guinness Dublin.
Yeah.
Guinness is always better in Dublin. Well, Schlenkerla is always better in Bamberg.
Because they don't have those Chinese kegs.
Well, I believe it would be Chinese, or it would be German steel. They do make their own kegs.
Right.
They're pretty big on the
Right.
keg field.
That was just a callback.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying.
And I can't do the voice, so I did the best that I could.
They were part of that story too, though. Germany.
True, that the Germans were involved.
Yeah, Germans are also part of that dumping, but it's just like goddamn China.
There it is.
What region is Bamberg located in? Like, where is the Schlenkerla brewery
So Bamberg
in
is
Germany?
it's kind of center south.
Okay.
Like it's south of Berlin. It's a little bit, I believe. Let me do my head. It's like east of Cologne.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's center. It's just kind of in the middle. It's right there. Currently today though, we obviously smoke things more modernly. Mm-hmm. We don't throw it on a beechwood kiln.
But we should.
Well, you should. Yeah, you can think about it. If you're a home brewer, you can buy pre-smoked malts, or you can smoke your own. Obviously, if you have your own barbecue smoker, smoke your own.
So what you're saying is you are able to do that from just regular homebrew malts that you would pick up from your local homebrew store.
Absolutely.
That you can go through the smoking process.
Right. So, yeah, if you look at the Schlenkerla menu, you can see that the beers they have, we already had a Helles, and we're drinking an Urbock. They have a Marzen. They have a Wheat. They have other ones.
Ooh, smoked wheat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds like a beer right up your alley.
It
Yeah.
does.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter the malts that you have. You can smoke any malts that you want.
Okay.
Just in general, though, if you're going to smoke your own malts, try to use an actual smoker so you can control the temperature. Because what you want to do is you want to maintain a temperature of around 120 degrees.
Ooh.
Okay.
Low.
Right, low heat. Not something you can achieve on a grill or an oven necessarily. So yeah,
All right.
and you don't have to use beechwood either. You can use any kind of chips that you want. I've been thinking about using cherry wood.
Cherry would be
that'd be
delicious.
interesting.
Yes.
Do you think a mesquite would be too overpowering?
No.
Oh, a pecan wood would be nice.
Pecan
That would be
good.
interesting.
Yeah.
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 Yes. These are all things
Write
you can
this
do.
down.
If you're looking for some of the more popular smoked beers, though, that you can buy in America that aren't from Schlenkerla, the Toppling Goliath, they have something called the Chain Smoker. That is 13.7%.
Boom. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a one and done right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jackie O's has one called the Wood Burner at 11%. This is a kicker.
Also a one and done.
Yeah.
Two Ol has one. The Brewery has one. And I think probably the most famous and popular one in America right now is the Alaskan Smoke Porter.
Which I still haven't had.
I can get you a bottle.
You might have to do that.
It's $10 a bottle.
That's fine.
The bottle's bigger.
That's also fine.
Worth it.
Yeah. But yeah, you can, the Alaskan Smoke Porter, I believe that one's like 8% though.
That's
But
fine.
yeah.
Yeah, it's all fine.
Yeah, it's all fine.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah, I haven't had the Alaskan either.
No.
So when he goes to, I assume, vintage.
Yeah, it's vintage.
Yeah.
That's a vintage pickup. Get your Alaskan Smoke Porter at vintage.
I say we could-
pay
we
me
can-
money, vintage.
Field trip.
Yes. And then I can just buy my own.
Yeah.
We'll just go up there and I'll
Yeah, you
buy
can
my
do that
own.
too. You can do that too.
And then go buy a pizza.
Yeah.
Because I hear they make really good pizza up there.
I've heard that as well.
I can't confirm or deny. I've never eaten there.
Okay.
I'm still, yeah.
Yeah.
Of all the tales I hear of the food, I'm just like, I got to get my beer and go home. Or I stop at what's the name of the hot dog place that's up there? Ah, shit. But they do a root beer cheese.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah. And they do nuclear relish. Yeah.
What is that?
I forget the name.
So
Ask Chris. Chris will tell you.
Is it the Brighton Hot Dog Shop?
No, not right hot.
I was like, no. I was like, wait,
No, that doesn't-
wrong state.
No. For now, let's square back to the Urbock.
Delicious.
Yes.
I
I
enjoyed it.
am a big fan of this beer.
Me too.
Me three.
Across the board.
It's smoky, but not too smoky. Like on my nose, I'm like, oh man, this is going to be way too much for my palate. But then I take sips of it and I'm like, it's kind of smooth.
It's not intrusive.
No.
It's not overwhelming.
No. Unlike the Hellas, though, like the Hellas, I was thinking more of that one for like smoked chicken or smoked turkey. Mm-hmm. This one's more of a smoked pork.
Yeah, I want pork.
I think you would
Yeah.
want a heavier meat.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a smoked pork
Want a
or
pork.
yeah, maybe even like dry Texas ribs. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No saucy rib with this.
Right.
I want a dry rib.
Yeah. But yeah, that's like another good one. I mean,
I mean, they've been doing it for a while, so they got to be
yeah.
doing something good.
they got a handle on it.
Right. Right.
So yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Let's take a break. Let's figure out where this nuclear relish is.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll come back segment 3. We'll get that. Then we're going to
Drink another beer from
drink another
Schlenkerla.
beer. We're going to have ourselves a little fun.
Okay then. Stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Matt.
And I am Jesse. So, like, what is American Slacker, I guess, right?
The highest amount of dick jokes per episode per podcast.
We've been on the air for 57 straight years.
57 straight years of dick jokes.
Thing is constantly soaring over my head.
And you pulling my chain in your weekly weird news.
We're also cannabis friendly. We kind of sneak it in there, almost like you're lacing the brownies at the family reunion.
It's the ride of your motherfucking life.
Fucking 11 when there's only 10 on the dial.
Weapons of mass destruction.
It's a threat to society.
Food assaults.
Yeah, that happens too sometimes. An ostrich took a lit match into a fireworks factory.
I don't even know where to go with that one.
No, that's our third story.
Oh my god. America, what are you doing?
There's always someone dumb getting fucked over.
Well, you know, they should have never gave raccoons rights, in my opinion.
Oh my god. You can help us. You can help everyone.
Download our shit now.
We're second America.
Welcome back to episode 132 of the Hop Nation USA podcast. We're still doing the Rauchbiers of Schlenkerla from Bamberg, Germany.
Yeah.
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 So that means we have a third beer for the evening.
And what is it, Steve?
The third beer from the Schlenkerla Brewery from Bamberg, Germany is their Doppelbock.
Ooh.
This one's green.
This one has a green label, and that helps you know that it's a little bit different. The reason why this one is different is it's their holiday beer.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
This is their Crimbus beer.
Oh, shit.
They don't call it Crimbus, but this is their Crimbus beer.
Okay.
And what also makes it different is it is not smoked on beechwood, as I alluded to in the previous segment.
What is it smoked on?
Oak.
Oak.
Oak smoke.
Okay.
Yeah. The Doppelbock is 8%. So it's also a bigger boy.
Nice. Any idea? Are there any additional spices thrown in there that you know of?
No.
I'm not going to ask that.
No, it's just kind of, here's a Doppelbock. It does use Hallertau hops.
I do like those hops.
So you go. It uses Hallertau hops.
Low on that alpha.
Yes. Yeah, and that's about it. This is just what they brew as their special treat for the Christmas time.
Well, then let us treat ourselves pre-Christmas.
Yes.
So since I barely enjoyed any of the pumpkin beers and I'm having a Christmas beer, does it just mean I skip all pumpkin and go right into Christmas now?
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want.
Okay.
Yeah. You can still, dive into like sweet potato beers.
Yeah.
We were talking about
I get on board with like a yam beer.
yeah. We were talking about I believe it was episode 130 with Brandon Getz, and I don't remember if it was on the actual episode, but we were talking about Dogfish Head's Suddenly Comfy. Have you had that?
I've not had that.
So Suddenly Comfy basically takes most of the pumpkin spices like cinnamon and nutmeg, I believe, and then the beer is brewed with apple juice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's still very fall.
Suddenly Comfy.
Yeah. Still
Dogfish Head.
right.
Okay.
That one you should be able to get. The other one that we had last week from Star Hill, which was their Last Leaf Maple Brown. That's another really good fall time beer.
That sounds really, really good.
Yeah. So
I like browns and I like things that are maple flavored.
yeah. So if you're looking for things to replace fucking pumpkin beers,
Yeah. I had that pumpkin when I was on last, back in episode 120 something,
right?
a few weeks ago. And I was like, you know what? My palate wasn't feeling the pumpkin. So to hear like the maple and some of this like yam and sweet potato beer,
They're out there.
I feel like I could get on board with that like through this transition period.
Yeah.
Before really diving into the Christmas beers.
Yeah. I really suggest the Suddenly Comfy just
Okay.
because it's also like 8%.
Yeah.
It'll make you suddenly comfy.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a good warm up time.
All right. I'm into that.
Speaking of things to get into, let's get into this Christmas beer.
This looks
Yes.
like Christmas.
Looking at this one though, it's lighter than the last one.
It
It
is.
is.
Yeah. It just kind of looks like a classic Doppelbock.
Yes.
Deep red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deep red.
Deep red something.
Yeah, deep red. Nice clarity, but it is a little hazy.
On the nose, guess what it smells like?
Does it smell like smoke?
It does.
We want that smoke.
Yes. Although I don't think it's quite as prevalent as the last one.
No,
I think it's a half step back.
yeah, it's a half step back. The last one was very, very heavy on like the bacony
Yeah.
side of things. I don't get that bacony like wood smoke.
That might be simply a difference between the beechwood and the oak.
Right.
Yeah.
This one seems a little bit more mellow. So yeah,
Oak is a very mellow wood.
yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, it shouldn't be not that bad.
Yeah.
It's a slight bitterness that I wasn't expecting.
Yeah.
It's not quite as smooth as the Bach.
No, but I think that adds like it's almost like a little bit of a spice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you're asking if they add any extra spices since it's a Christmas beer. Well, it's a Christmas release. It's not technically a Christmas beer.
It's a holiday beer.
I mean, any beer
Yeah.
could be a Christmas beer.
Right.
Let's be honest.
If you get it as a gift, it's a Christmas beer.
That's right.
Yeah, so I think that bitterness is a good supplement for putting in like extra spices and things like oranges and coriander, pepper, or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I like this beer.
Yeah, otherwise it's a smooth drinker like the last one.
yeah.
Them Schlenkerla fellas, they know what they're doing.
For sure.
Yes. Are you ready for some fun times?
Could be.
Maybe.
We're gonna bring out an old classic. We haven't done this in a while.
An old classic.
Yes.
Okay.
We're gonna play a game.
Uh-huh.
Is it a beer?
Uh-huh.
Or is it a castle?
Oh.
Yes.
Yay. This sounds fun.
Is it a
Or is
beer?
it both?
Or is it both?
Okay.
Yes.
Good. Just to make sure there's a possibility for both.
Or is it both?
Is there a possibility for both?
You'll find out.
Yeah. You can
Okay.
guess both.
Yeah.
He's saying you can guess both.
If
but
you've never
his
heard-
answers, I don't know.
Yeah.
Beer, castle, or both?
I
Find
don't
out
know.
now.
Let's find out. How this works is quite simple. I'm going to give you a castle, a beer, or both? And you have to tell me, is it a castle, a beer, or both? It's just that simple. Who wants to go first, Kelsey?
I do.
There you go. I'm going to give you the name. You tell me, is it a beer, is it a castle, or is it both? Now, I will give you this little bit of a head start. All the castles that are included in this quiz are in Germany.
I felt like I kind of knew.
I felt like I felt like they would be.
Well, not necessarily, because you can get into Austria, you can get into Belgium.
All right,
You
fine.
can get into
Luxembourg.
Switzerland.
What I thought this was going to be was a very, a good way for you to flex your 1.5 years of German that you took, or
No, it's going to be a train wreck.
whatever. But I thought that's what we were going. You're trying to flex off your German
No.
abilities. No.
No, I just
Okay.
knew they had a lot of neat castles over there.
Sure do.
And they got a lot of good beer over there.
Yeah.
And we're talking German beers.
Yes.
Okay.
And they got a very German name to these beers.
Yes.
Okay.
So let's do this. Are you ready, Kelsey, for question number 1?
Yes. Or should I say, yeah?
Yeah.
Ja.
The Schwerin. Is it a castle? Is it a beer? Or is it both?
The Schwerin.
The Schwerin.
Is it Die Schwerin? Or Der Schwerin? Or Das Schwerin?
Schwerin.
He just got done saying those muscles aren't as good as I thought they were.
Yeah. I don't know the gender of the word. I'm sorry.
I'm going to say that Schwerin is a beer.
You are incorrect. The Schwerin is a castle that was built between 1847 and 1857 and is actually built on an island.
Oh.
Yes.
So it's a newer castle.
In the grand scheme of things, when it comes to castles, yes. In the castledom.
In the game of German castles, yes, it's newer.
It's a newer castle. Okay.
Not Newcastle.
Ah.
Hey-o.
Newer castle. Steve, are you ready?
Shout out to CR Brewing.
Yes, exactly.
Newcastle. PA. Hey-o.
You know.
Got it.
Steve, are you ready?
Could be.
The Neuschwanstein.
Can you spell it?
Neuschwanstein. The Neuschwanstein.
It's a beer.
That is your final answer?
Yeah.
You are incorrect.
It's a castle. It's a castle.
You are incorrect.
It's both.
both.
It's both of them.
Oh.
Damn.
Yes.
But it is beer.
So you're both half right, but I'm rounding down.
Okay.
I'm
All right.
sorry.
It's new something Stein, so I don't know.
Yes. The beer is from Dunk Beer. They are out of Brazil,
Okay.
and that is a Bock beer.
Okay.
And also, it is a castle which was the home of Ludwig II. And it was also the inspiration.
For Cinderella's castle.
Damn, you are good.
It's Neuschwanstein Castle.
What's that?
Neuschwanstein?
Yeah.
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 Oh, see, okay, that's why she would know it was a castle, because
Right.
that's why I wouldn't know it was a castle. I don't know shit about princesses, yo.
That's what Cinderella's castle is based on.
It's true.
Yep.
Is that what that's the Magic Mountain, or the
Magic Kingdom.
whatever. Disney. That's the castle.
Yeah, that one.
It's the Disney castle.
Kelsey, are you ready for your next possibility of is it a beer, is it a castle, or is it both?
Sure.
The name is the Zwanitzer.
Can you spell that, please?
Zwonitzer.
Zwanitzer.
Zwanitzer. Is it a beer? Is it a castle? Or is it both?
I'm going to go with it's a beer.
You are absolutely correct.
Yes.
Yes, it is a Rauch beer by brewery Zwanitz.
Zwanitz?
Zwanitz. That's German.
Yeah.
And that is also 1 point to Kelsey. You did it.
I did it.
You did it. Somebody is on the board. Thank goodness. Steve, are you ready?
Yay.
Your next question is the Barg Eltz.
Bargels?
Barg Eltz.
Spell?
BARG
Uh-huh.
ELTZ.
Okay. Bargels.
Is it a beer? Is it a castle? Is it both?
Bargels. I'm gonna say that's a castle.
That is absolutely 100% correct.
Yeah.
And it was also featured in the 1979 film the 9th configuration.
Okay.
I've never heard of it either.
Is that an Ingmar Bergman film?
I have no idea. But I know that you're the movie buff
Yeah, no, I don't know that
of
one.
the group.
Yeah, nope, sorry. Not for me either.
But the bottom line is,
Configuration.
you got it, though. That's the thing.
It sounds like something with the devil. I should have watched it.
I should have gotten in the playlist somehow.
Yeah.
Kelsey, are you ready?
Is it a sequel to The Seventh Seal?
Yeah.
Maybe. Yours is Heidelberg.
Heidelberg.
Heidelberg. Beer, Castle, both. Beer, Castle, both. Beer, Castle, both.
Both.
Nicely done. You are correct.
Thank you.
Yes, the Heidelberg is a beer that is brewed by the Falcon Brewing Company out of Ajax, Ontario, a Pilsner. And it is also a castle that holds the world's largest wine barrel at 23 feet high and 27 feet wide.
Amazing.
I would have guessed both for the wrong reason.
Oh, okay.
I would have thought Heidelberg was part of the Neighborhood series by East End.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Maybe someday. I'm not even sure.
They just came out with one. It was it's going to come out this week. It's like Ferry Hill or something like that.
Fairywood.
Fairywood. I've never heard of that neighborhood.
Apparently, a lot of people were questioning that.
I-
Like, is that really big enough?
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
So, Kelsey, that was 1 point to you.
Excellent.
That is after 5 Castle beer both. Kelsey, you are leading 2-1. Steve, for the tie.
Uh-huh.
Your last one. The Weiherer.
Spell.
Weiherer.
W-E-I.
Yes.
H-E-R.
Weiherer.
Weiherer.
Is it a beer? Is it a castle? Is it both?
That's not how you spell Wolfenstein at all.
No. 0%. I checked.
I know about Castle Wolfenstein. I'm stalling.
Is it in 3D, though?
I'm going to say that's a beer.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Ooh, tying it up.
Yes, that is by Brewery Gasthof Rundmüller. And that is also a Rauch beer. We are tied at 6, at 2 apiece, and it is time for all the marbles. It is time for the bonus question. This is worth 16 points.
Wow.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
It's Adam's game. We can let him.
I know,
make
that's
however
fine. He can do
points,
whatever.
yeah.
That's right.
Sorry.
And this is not a beer, castle, or both. This is a castle-specific question.
Okay.
Wolfenstein.
And I want your answer. I just want
In
your
German?
Answer. Yeah,
You want your answer?
Well,
Auf
kind of.
Deutsch?
Yeah.
Ein Deutsch.
Closest without going over is the winner.
Okay.
Okay.
Price is Right rules.
Okay.
Okay.
So, the Berghauser is the largest castle in Europe. In meters, how long is the castle?
In meters.
In meters.
Ein Meters.
Gosh.
Yes. Not furlongs. Not rods.
Who's got answer first?
Whoever goes first. Whoever throws it out there. Kelsey, you go first.
Wow. Okay. How long it is?
Yes, in meters.
In meters.
How long is it?
Take your time because I'm going to drink a little bit of beer.
It's a
Okay,
long-ass
great.
castle.
I need an answer. 3 seconds. I've always wanted to say that.
4,217 meters.
Steve, what is your answer?
2,500 meters.
Okay, so you both lose.
So we both went over?
You both went over. However,
Okay.
I'm going to say that Steve won because he's less wrong
Yeah.
at 2,500 meters. The answer is actually 1,034 meters. That is over a kilometer.
That's a dinky castle.
That's a long-ass castle. That's a long castle.
I went like really
You
long
did.
castle.
Yeah.
You were...
Well, you were saying it's the largest castle in Europe, and I was like, dude, if this thing was like 3 miles long.
Europe is tiny.
So?
It's all like the size of Virginia.
Exactly. Europe is tiny, and they had a small population for the time, so just build the biggest castle you can.
Well, they did. It
A
was over
3
a
mile long
kilometer.
castle.
Well, they should have built bigger.
Yeah. I want a 3 mile long castle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you basically just
Get on that.
use the castle to bisect the land.
It's true.
Yeah. Stupid Germans.
But Steve, you're the big winner.
Hooray!
Good job, Steve.
You did it.
I went over, so you have the points, so I get 8 points, but that still puts me in the lead.
True. Very true.
That's how I win.
And that is how you play. Is it a beer? Is it a castle? Or is it both?
None of the answers were Wolfenstein.
That is correct.
Damn it.
I'm sorry.
I think Steve's a little bitter about that one.
He is. Well, the next time you do, is it a beer? Is it a castle? Is it both? You can put that in as an answer.
Fuck no, I'm just going to ask questions about Wolfenstein.
All of these questions pertain to Wolfenstein.
Well, I had fun.
All right.
Okay. Yeah.
That's good.
So wait,
I think
you
everybody
took
else had
German?
fun.
I don't think I knew that.
I did. I took 2 years in high school. And then I gave them back. Because I didn't do well.
I also took German.
I can get you the very basics.
Einfed?
Einford.
Einfed.
One Ford.
No, one horse.
Oh, Ford? I didn't know that.
Einfed.
Ford? I didn't know Ford was
Yeah.
horse.
P-F-E-R-D. Fed.
Ford. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
We didn't get into equestrian type languages.
Yeah. Ein Krankenwagen?
And Krankenwagen?
Yeah. You don't know that one?
I don't know that one.
Ambulance.
All right.
Ein Krankenwagen.
I can get you kindergarten.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can get you that one.
Yeah.
Anyways. Moving along.
I like testing Adam's 2 years of German. Let's keep going.
You go right ahead. It's going to be the same answer again and again.
Apple.
Apple?
Good job.
Hooray!
Hey, basics.
That wasn't a question mark at the end of that. Not at all.
Bananaful.
I don't have a good answer for that.
I don't think that's right.
I don't think so either. But
All
what
right.
is right is this
Doppelbock.
this holiday Doppelbock we got.
Oak Smoke Doppelbock.
Oak smoke.
Oak Smoke Doppelbock by the Schlenkerla Brewery.
I liked it.
I like it too.
Yeah.
The smoke flavor isn't as heavy. I don't know. It has kind of a nice holiday feel to it, but I feel like it's just not as flavorful as the Urbock.
I kind of know what you mean.
Yeah, it's a little
almost
muted.
It almost like it got pulled back because of, I assume there were additional spices and things like that were added in. It almost seems like it all kind of mutes together, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, I'm not sure, like, additional spices were added.
It just seems a bit more mellow.
Yeah, I just
Which
think...
is fine.
Yeah, I just think the oak is more mellow, and I think because it's approaching that 8%, it's a little heavier, so you get more of the beer than... Like, I don't know what the grain bill is, so maybe they don't use as much oak smoke malt
Maybe.
in it.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
We should go there and visit and ask.
Yeah. In German.
Yeah.
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 Start Duolingo now.
Yeah.
Get that German up.
Everybody's on Duolingo. Nobody remembers Rosetta Stone. Old hat.
That is. What was the one before it? Babelfish?
Yeah.
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 That's going real old school.
Yeah.
I don't even think that worked right. I think that was just, that was just a shitty translator.
Yeah,
I don't
that
think
was
you were supposed to learn from that.
Well, obviously I didn't.
I feel like Rosetta Stone is just so like much of an investment and a lot of permanence and like committing to learn that language. Duolingo is like, oh, I took 2 years of German in high school and I want to brush up on my German skills, basics before
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
there. Let me Duolingo this.
I need to know where to get a beer, where the bathroom is, and a police station. That
Okay.
information.
All right, then.
Polizei.
Polizei.
I think that's Italian.
Kindergarten Polizei. Starring Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Nice.
All right, well, let's put these 3 beers on the podium. I'll go first, I guess.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, go ahead.
In bronze, I think I'm going to put this Oak Smoke Doppelbock.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of surprising to even myself, because usually I like the bigger, heavier beers and things like that. But I just felt like the flavors were a little too muted, and honestly, I'm going to give the asterisk that maybe my palate is a little burnt out from drinking smoky beers already. So yeah, it's possible if I drink this another day, I would really enjoy it more than I did. I still think it's pretty good. There's nothing about the oak that really stood apart from what you get from the Beechwood. So it was just kind of a smoky beer rather the ones that are standardly smoked on beechwood, they have a much more of a bacony, feel to them. So the silver I'm going to give to the Helles. I like that beer a good bit. It's interestingly refreshing for having that smoky flavor to it. And if you're looking for a smoky beer that is definitely dialed back from their standard fare, like the Marzen and the Urbock, this one's really good for that. Adam said he couldn't drink a 6-pack. I could drink probably 2 or 3, though. I could do 2 or 3 at a cookout or a picnic. Eventually, you'd switch it up though to something else. But otherwise, yeah, it's a good, it's a good drinking beer, just a drinker. And at 4.3, you could put a couple away. But gold is going to go to the Urbock. It is so full of flavor, just big flavor, and it is also really surprisingly easy drinking because the aroma on it is straight up like smelling bacon on a campfire. But it's really easy drinking otherwise, and it would be great with just pork. So yeah, those are my rankings.
Right on. Kelsey, what were your thoughts on the beers we had on this episode?
So I'm going to keep it short and simple because my thoughts are the exact same as Steve's. And again, I don't know if my palate's just shot at this point, but I'm putting the Doppelbock in my bronze. There's a bitterness that I keep getting every time that I drink it that is a little displeasing on my palate. And again, it could just be based on everything else that we drank tonight. It's not bad. Just, I don't know if something with the malt and the oak and my palate just, not working. I'm going to put the Helles as my silver. It's refreshing. It's almost like a little palate cleanser. It's delicious. I could probably have 2 or 3 of them. I want a lot of cheese with it. I just want to take it on a picnic with me. And then my gold is going to the Urbock. That was the perfect amount of smoke. I thought it was going to be too much when I first smelled it, but then I drank it and I'm all about it. It's like the perfect balance of everything that you want out of a true old world smoke beer. And just out of a smoke beer in general for me. So that gets my gold tonight.
Right on. I am going to be just a little bit different.
You, of course.
Of course. I mean, would you expect anything less?
No.
Very slightly different. I'm going to put the Hellers in the bronze medal position in a very close race with the Doppel. But the Helles, they're all good. Let's be honest. They're all very good beers, and I would have zero problem if anybody handed me any of these. But I like this beer, but I think I like the other two just a little bit more. And I'll be honest, I'm not sure I have a good reason why. Which is kind of weird. They're all good in their own particular ways.
Maybe because the other two are actually smoked and this is smoked by proxy?
Maybe. I don't know. It just didn't, give me that same pop that the other two did. Maybe that's why it's going in the bronze medal position. Maybe when I'm thinking Rauch beer, I want smoke.
You want smoke.
I want to feel like I'm walking into a smokehouse. And this doesn't quite get there. Now, obviously, that's not the point of this beer. It is not a heavily smoked beer. It's secondhand smoked. It's not going to. But it goes in the bronze medal position. Silver going with the Doppel. It's a bit not harsh, but it has its own taste to it, but it doesn't quite stack up against the Urbock. Across the board, that one got in the gold medal position here this episode, and I can see why, and I know why. It's a delicious beer. It's good. It's fantastic. I drink it again, and then another one. So give me that Urbock in the gold medal position, and I'm done. That's it. No, seriously, I'm done. That's it.
Okay, dope.
Okay.
Yeah, I just to reiterate what you already said, all 3 beers were good.
Yeah.
So, it doesn't, rankings don't really matter that much.
No. This one definitely came down to personal taste and preference.
Yeah. And in a style that isn't really represented that much.
Right.
Because these Rauch beers are not easy to find. Smoke beers aren't that easy to find. Mm-hmm. Most people don't like them. But this is my alternative to barley wines and stouts.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is like third runner-up for me of like, this is my wintertime drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That Urbock, if you have that next to a nice campfire or a nice fireplace that's going, you're gonna be in heaven.
Yeah, for sure. Well, if you want to find us on social media, all you have to do is search Hop Nation USA, and that'll get you Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And if you want to listen to brand new episodes of the Hop Nation USA podcast every Friday, as you should, then search Hop Nation USA on your favorite podcatcher like Stitcher, Podbean, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Smokecast, Bottlecast, Cancast,
Altcast.
Overcast, Coldcast, Thanksgiving Cast, Turkey Cast,
Gas cab.
Cast Cab with Ben Bailey.
Is back.
True. Billy on the cast with Billy Eichner.
He'll yell at you.
Yeah. I was watching some of that earlier. Laughing my dick off. But if you're on any of those platforms, leave us a 5-star review because
We are a Zex Star show, but they only let us use FUMF.
that's the second time Adam's got to use that.
Hooray!
So yeah, do that. Also, if you're on tpublic.com/user/HopNationUSA, buy our 6-star podcast shirt because it's a good one.
It is a good one, and that will take care of all your holiday shopping.
That's right.
Just drop a couple hundo on t-shirts and stickers and mugs and that.
Yeah.
Everybody will be
Get
happy.
them. We got good designs. I made them myself. I'm a cottage economy.
You slaved over a hot pad.
No, my computer does get pretty hot.
Right.
I sit with the window open well into December and January.
Need to go water cooled.
Yeah, well, yeah, no, I got winter. I got Pennsylvania air cooled. I don't need that fancy tubing.
Well, Steve needs fancy tubing money. So buy all the t-shirts.
Steve needs camera money.
He needs camera money. He needs fancy tube money.
Needs Chinese protesting money. Free Hong Kong. Look, it's us and South Park that are now banned from China.
It's pretty good company. Let's be
Oh,
honest.
yeah. So, yeah, we'll be back next week, and that's going to be an Adam episode.
Yes, it is.
Adam is very pumped, so tune in for that one.
Yeah. I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, but we'll be back. Thanks again for coming on, Kelsey.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks for having
Much
me.
appreciated.
For sure. Do you have anything you would like to plug?
I got nothing I want to plug right now.
Yeah, just checking.
Yeah, I have,
Yeah, we have a lot of guest hosts on. We know Dennis always has stuff to plug, but he wasn't here tonight, so.
Right.
I mean, I can plug, go try to find the Veterans Brew for First of Brew Box.
There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Hashtag drink local.
Drink local, drink a spirit decor.
Yeah. A spirit decor.
Spirit decor.
Spirit decor.
Yeah.
Yes. Drink spirit decor. Hashtag drink local. Hashtag support a veteran.
There you go.
Yeah, there we go.
All right.
Perfect way to end.
All right.
Bye.
Auf Wiedersehen.